On this week's episode, we'll cover everything that is going on during the week of November 5th, plus a few other things you'll also want to know about.
Here's this week's schedule. Progress reports will be released this Wednesday, so if you had a bad grade, that kind of sucks. Thursday, FFA is having a field trip to Fort Valley. Also Saturday, the middle school is having a wrestling tournament at Mount Zion at 9.
Now over to our reporter, Selena Creed, with Coach Simmons about our basketball team.
I'm Selena Creed. I'm here with Coach Simmons, our boys basketball coach. When does basketball season start?
Well, practice officially started on October 22nd. Our first scrimmage game is November 12th against Troup County, but that's subject to change, since we have so many people that play football this year. We've got 9 guys out there now, but we have probably about 15 to 20 still on that football field. So, hoping they go real far, but, it kind of depends on how the season works based on how far our guys go.
Where will students be able to find the schedule?
The schedule should be online on the athletic page, and should be posted. They'll start being posted around the school, and there'll be a Twitter page for Heard County basketball where they'll be able to find the schedule and keep up with all the highlights and rosters and everything that's going down.
How many home games are you looking to having?
That depends. Usually each year we have, between 10 to 12, but then it depends about the playoffs too, because if we get a good seed in the region and in the state tournament, the more home games we have. So, the more y'all come out and support us, hopefully the more home games we'll have, because your support really does help the guys do the best that they can, and the girls.
What time does the game start, and how much are the tickets?
The games usually start, JV usually starts around 4:30, 3 o'clock on Saturdays if we have 2 games. Then the varsity is usually 6 or 7 with the boys to follow. And the tickets are $5, I believe, this year.
What concessions will be sold?
Oh, man, we got it all. Y'all just got to come see. You got to come and see. We have a little bit of everything. Have chicken fingers, sausage, got the Chick-fil-A sandwiches that all y'all like, with the good sauces, too. We got that. So, we have enough to fill your belly while you get your yelly.
Thanks, Coach Simmons. Back to y'all.
Now let's watch Ethan Sorrentino with this week's weather and random weird facts.
Hey guys, it's Ethan Sorrentino with the weather. This week's weather is, hang on, before I even start, let me just say that this Georgia weather needs to get its crap together, alright? But okay, besides that, let's get right into it. So Monday, it's going to be rainy. Tuesday, it's going to be scattered thunderstorms, and the rest of the week, it's going to be partly cloudy. So yes, it's going to be a sad week. And the high is 74, and the low is going to be 44. So remember, guys, if y'all are driving, wear a seatbelt and be safe. Hey, guys, it's Ethan Sorrentino with this week's new segment, Weird Facts. So let's get right into it and not waste any time. This week's first weird fact is that this mother had twins, but they were 87 days apart. How weird is that? Like, you gotta have all that time to just wait for your next child, and then they come out looking the exact same. So, are they really complete twins at that point? But let's not even go right into that. All right, the second weird fact of the week is that there is a post box in Susami Bay, Japan, that is 10 meters down. Now keep in mind, this is the world's deepest post box. I mean, that's crazy. Someone actually, and it's registered, so that means someone actually has to swim down there or find some way in order to get down there to get their mail. And that doesn't even include the postman. I mean, I feel bad for him. But again, the third weird fact of this week is that a man by the name of Corey Taylor tried to fake his own death because he didn't want to pay his phone bill. Who does that? Like, you get a lot more charges put on you if you try to fake your own death and it not work out. And they're going to shut your phone off either way. And if you have a phone, you should be able to pay for it. I mean, you're able to pay for that phone, so in theory, you should be able to pay for your plan. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like a $50 plan or a $30 plan. It can literally be like a $5 plan, like 1 gigabyte. That's all you need. But this man tried to fake his own death. Now keep in mind, it didn't even work out. That's the best part. But my name's Ethan Sorrentino, and that was this week's edition of Weird Facts. Stay in tune for next week's episode.
Next, we have Brandon Dixon and Michael Payton with things that make them angry.
Hello, welcome to our new skit. We're angry and we're going to tell you why, and we are very angry.
You all complained about conspiracy theories, so now we got something 100 times worse for all the white girls out there.
And it's all because of you.
You deserve
Michael,
every bit.
what are you angry about today?
11/11 posters.
Oh man, they're human garbage.
Literally, all they do is clog up our Snapchat feeds and make us all angry. Why don't you give any love to any other time of the day at all? 11:10, 11:12,
These people
midnight?
just don't matter any other minute.
No, you don't. Or no, they don't. Your love is only worth 1 minute to that person. Just one. We don't have to be told every 12 hours that you're in a relationship. One time is good enough. And we all know anyway that in about 2 months you'll be trash talking them like you never loved them in the first place.
You don't love them now.
You don't.
Student council is what makes me very, very angry. The student council really does nothing. They just sit idle and bloat their bellies as well as their egos. They are a waste of school resources and bring nothing to the table. It's practically a big, I'm special, you're not club. We go to Six Flags, you don't. They actually have authority of a god whenever they choose to do anything. Their entire attitude is that of Jesus Christ himself came down to this earth to draw a smiley face on their head and mark them as special. If I had just one wish for the school, it would be to dismantle the entirety of the oppressive student council.
And let the proletariat rule like they deserve to.
Michael, what else are we angry about?
Girls who post on their Instagram and Snapchat saying that they're ugly and expecting everybody in the world to shower them with love and affection.
You are ugly.
First off, none of you are quite as pretty as you think you are. A good 60% of you are always overblowing yourself, so you can stop it.
You don't need to inflate that ego.
No, you don't. Second off, you've already degraded yourself from the start, because if you do something like that in the first place, you've proven that you're just an attention seeker and you think you're worth less than you actually are.
You might be worse than 11/11 posters. You both are pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. And third off, no one's going to bother. All of your distant friends and all that aren't going to bother stoking your ego, so unless your friends already commented, "Yes, Queen, slay," 1,000 times in your profile already, they're not going to do it again. So you can stop hooching your lips out acting like you're the most precious thing since Miss Universe, because you're not. You're just wasting your own time and everyone else's time.
So stop being degenerative. That's the end of this week, and we're very angry! And we'll see you next week, even more angry.
To piss off more white girls.
Angry.
Angry.
That is all for this week's episode of The War Cry. Stay tuned for next week. And remember, it's a great day to make a play.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only